Hey, I'm the MMA loser and I'm back with another video. And before I start the video, I would request you guys to please subscribe to my channel. I have really few subscribers, and if you subscribe to my channel, it helps my channel to grow and it makes it helps me make better videos. So please subscribe. Now, without any further ado, let us just talk about the upcoming UFC 289 co-main event between the top lightweight fighters, that is Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira. As of right now, Beneil Dariush is ranked number 4 and Charles Oliveira is ranked number 1. Now, a lot of the fans of the sport, they wanted to watch this fight, or they want to watch this fight, including myself. And everybody was clamoring for this fight where Beneil should fight Charles. But in my opinion, they should have given the title shot to Beneil because he has been on a great win streak. And Oliveira recently lost against Makachev. So it kind of does not make any sense to give. Maybe they could have given a rematch to Makachev, but like rematch to Oliveira versus Makachev, that would have been a good fight. But in my opinion, Makachev destroyed Oliveira. Oliveira in that fight was he had no answers for Makachev's grappling. Neither did he have any answer for Makachev's striking. Like in both the disciplines, that is striking and grappling, on the floor and the feet, Makachev won that fight fair and square. That fight ended in the second round by arm triangle. Oliveira was exhausted. So in my opinion, they should have just given the title shot to Beneil Dariush because that makes more sense. Now, some of the fans of Oliveira and the sport are not going to like this, but I just don't see Oliveira defeating Makachev. I've said this before and I say it again. It's about physical strength. Oliveira is a technical fighter, a brawler, whatever you want to call it, but it's that physical strength that I think Makachev is physically strong. If you have seen Makachev against Drew Dober, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Where Makachev just squeezed the life out of Dober, just shoulder pressure and just made him tap. So, and the reason why Volkanovski could, hang in there with Makachev is because of that physical strength. And unfortunately, a lot of jiu-jitsu fighters, they do not have it in them. They're really technical, they're really good fighters, but it just they lack the wrestling and ability and that physical strength. I don't know how to explain it. You need to just grapple with a wrestler. Like if you roll with a wrestler, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Now, let us just talk about this fight. What I think, my opinion is like I just think they should have given the fight to Beneil Dariush. Like Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makachev should have been a fight, but it is what it is. We get this banger of a fight between Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush. They kind of they're both kind of similar. They kind of have similar background, but yet very distinctly different. Uh, I think they're both of pretty much similar ages. Beneil is 34, whereas Oliveira is 33. Uh, Oliveira has fought 44 times. He has fought 42 times. He has won 39 of them, and he has lost 9 of them. He has won 33, lost 9. And as Beneil Dariush is concerned, he has fought 26 fights, and he has lost only 4 fights out of 26 fights. And I think Beneil Dariush right now is on an 8-fight winning streak, which is really good when you consider the lightweight division. But in the past, Beneil Dariush has actually lost to some, I would say, not even top 10 fighters. He lost against Alexander Hernandez, which is not great. Like Alexander Hernandez is not even top 15 at this point of time. He lost against Edson Barboza. Again, Barboza was a beast, but right now Barboza is not even fighting in lightweight. So, and he lost against Michael Chiesa. So if you lose to Michael Chiesa, I do definitely judge you. because I think my I at the beginning when I first saw Michael Chiesa, I thought he was a really good fighter, but then I realized after watching his fight, yeah, he's not really a top 10 caliber fighter because he went 3 rounds against Diego Sanchez when Diego Sanchez should have retired like 4 years ago, but yet Michael Chiesa could not finish him. So uh, that is bad. Like if you're a top 10 fighter, you should be able to finish someone like that. No disrespect to Diego Sanchez, he's a legend, but it is what it is. I'm just stating facts. So I do understand why a lot of the fans are not they do not want Beneil Dariush to get a direct title shot because of his 4 losses, which came against Michael Chiesa, Ramsey Nizam, and Edson Barboza, Alexander Hernandez. So I mean, losing against Barboza I can understand, but losing against someone like Hernandez and Chiesa, that's like really bad. So apart from that, he has been very consistent. After his last loss against Alexander Hernandez, he has been very consistent. 8 fight winning streak, and his last opponent was Matthews Gamrot. And Matthews Gamrot is really game. He is probably the best grappler in the lightweight division after uh, Dariush. I think after Makachev. Of course, Makachev is number one at this point of time. Probably Oliveira, but he lost to Makachev. So let's just say you put him at number two. Then Gamrot defeated Arman Sarukian, who is again a great grappler, but Gamrot was able to take him down, and but Gamrot was not able to take Dariush down. So that just goes to show that Dariush actually has skills, but Dariush just keeps his chin open a lot of the times. So that is a big problem. He just gets hit in the face a lot, and of course, he has power in his hand. He has that sneaky right hand that can just knock you out, and he even hurt Gamrot with that punch. So it will be interesting to see how this fight plays out because both Charles Oliveira and Matthews Gamrot, they both have really good jiu-jitsu in my opinion. They're probably not even probably the two best jiu-jitsu guys in 155 division, and it probably even like I would say pound for pound, really good submission, both of them. I mean, Oliveira I think has the most number of submissions in UFC. So it will be the physical strength of Dariush that I think might help him here. And also, he's not a slouch on the ground. He can defend takedowns. So if Oliveira pulls guard, or he just goes to the ground like he did against Gaethje or Dustin Poirier, or he even does that a lot of times because he's really confident about his grappling skills on the ground. But after his last fight against Makachev, I wonder if Oliveira would try that similar tactic because Darius can wrestle. Darius has top pressure, and I think this fight will stay more on the feet as compared to on the ground. Now, I don't know how this will play out, but I think Darius, I think Oliveira might have a slight advantage when it comes to the striking. He's an efficient striker, but again, both of these guys they get hurt. They're not strikers who are trying to evade punches. They're not like Adesanya trying to, block punches, or they're avoiding punches, or like Dustin Poirier. Even Dustin gets hit, but he always rolls with his punches. But Oliveira and Dariush, they just keep their chin open. They take one to give you one. So that's their strategy they both uh, use, where they are both getting hit in the face, and somehow it's just their chin. Whose chin is better? I think that would be interesting to see who has better chin because most of the time Darius does not really try to go for takedowns. I think he did it against Tony Ferguson. I think Oliveira also had a similar strategy against Tony Ferguson, and Tony Ferguson does not tap. So it is what it is. Now, if you look at Charles Oliveira's record, it's really amazing. His last fight, he lost to Paul Felder in 2017, and then he lost to Makachev on October 22nd, 2022. So, and before within that, I think he had like 10 fight winning streak. I think he had like a 10 fight winning streak in UFC. So that is unprecedented. Not unprecedented, but that is not a not an easy feat to have. That is not an That is a great achievement, especially in the lightweight division. But before fighting against Makachev, he fought killers. That is, he fought against Chandler, Poirier, and Gaethje. He finished Kevin Lee, but he knocked out Jared Gordon. That is not a big deal, in my opinion. That's kind of nice to see that Jared Gordon's still hanging in there. But his finish of Dustin Poirier, he finished Dustin Poirier in round three. Again, RNC. Justin Gaethje, RNC. Michael Chandler was a was a was a TKO. Now, Beneil Dariush has been submitted in the past by Michael Chiesa again. That was an RNC. So if Charles Oliveira can somehow sneak in a submission, he might be able to finish Dariush. But then again, back then Dariush was not exactly taking. I don't think Dariush was a top contender back then. So I don't know who to pick on this fight. I genuinely do not know who to pick on this fight. You guys do write me in the comment section who you think is going to win this fight between Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush, because I really cannot predict who's going to win this fight. And the cardio of both these fighters, I think Dariush has better cardio. Again, yes, I did not talk about that. I think Dariush has better cardio than Oliveira, in my opinion, because I have not seen Charles Oliveira go 5 rounds. Yes, I think Charles Oliveira has never gone 5 rounds in any fight in his career. Let's just see Dariush. And the same thing, I think it's a similar thing with Beneil Dariush. Both of these fighters have never really been they have never really been on, like, they've never been on 5 rounds. They've never fought complete 5 rounds. Again, Charles Oliveira has prepared for 5 round fights against Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Makachev, even though he lost, but he's still prepared for 5 rounds. I think even his fight with Kevin Lee probably would have been a 5 round fight. Again, I don't remember. I think this was a 3 round fight, whatever. But having said this, it is what it is. I just cannot pick who's going to win this fight between Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush. I just hope we get to see a great fight between these two competitors. And the winner of this fight most probably will be challenging Islam Makachev for the undisputed UFC lightweight championship. And may the best man win. And yes, you guys can like the video if you enjoyed it, and share the video. Write me in the comments what you thought. What do you think about this video? Like, what this do you think about this fight? And subscribe to my channel. I have very few subscribers. If you subscribe, it will help my channel to grow. So yes, peace out.